Hello, friends. Welcome to Transcendent Astrology and Tarot, and welcome to your weekly Twin Flame reading update for June 9th through June 15th of 2025. My name is Michelle Fondon. I am the author of two Twin Flame books, Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love, and Twin Flame Union, the 7 keys to a healthy twin flame journey. You can purchase any of my 12 published books on Amazon. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do one-on-one tarot readings. You can book that at my website. And hey, if you've been learning tarot or doing readings for yourself, and you want to learn how to make tarot reading into a side hustle, a side gig, or a career for you, please join me on June 12th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Pacific time for a Zoom call. This is totally free. I'll be doing some one-card pulls for those that attend, and I'm introducing my new professional tarot readers course that is starting on June 26th. So make sure to join that webinar. The link is below. Welcome to the Twin Flame reading for June 9th through the 15th. And what we're going to be doing is a tarot reading. I have romance cards. I have some DM to DF cards. But if you would like the extended reading for free, go to my website. The link will be below after this reading for an extended DM to DF messages. To start, I always like to say a blessing over the cards. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, archangels, angels of God, twin flames, guardian angels, let this reading be of the highest light and love of God the Father. Let it bring light, love, and truth to all involved. Archangel Michael, stand guard, casting away all lower energies with your sword of light. Romance angels, twin flame angels, please help the twin flames in this collective understand how they are learning and growing, coming closer to unity and ascending. I always start with the divine feminine's energy toward a divine masculine. Now, remember, this reading is good whether you are a twin flame, soulmate, or reading for a specific person. It's a spiritual connection of some sort, and sometimes the labels don't matter. So if I refer to this as twin flames or divine feminine to divine masculine to divine feminine, just know that that's talking about a spiritual relationship. So it doesn't have to do with gender. It has to do with spiritual yin-yang energies. So we're starting with divine feminine energies toward divine masculine. Let's see, divine feminines. What is your energy now this week toward divine masculine? We have the World card. I absolutely love the World card for divine feminine toward divine masculine. What this does indicate is that divine feminines, you've been doing your work. You've been doing so much work on inner healing, inner wounds. You've been doing your ascension work. You've been aligning your chakras and healing and perhaps meditating, doing your spiritual work, and that you've come to the end. But with graduation, I find it so funny that this card came out because it's actually graduation season right now. And it could be that you're literally graduating for some of you. Maybe you're graduating with a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, or maybe you are graduating high school. But this is a congratulations from the universe, divine feminine, that you've been doing your work. You've been doing a wonderful job, that you've balanced your energies, and you're coming into a new stage, a new phase in your life. But it's really the universe telling you, okay, take a moment and pat yourself on the back for all the good work that you have done. Maybe you've been on this spiritual journey for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, but sometimes it can get tiresome, right? Sometimes it can get really tiresome and you're like, I'm done doing all this spiritual work. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do the healing anymore. But this is the universe telling you, hey, you've been doing a good job. Keep going. You're at the end. We're going to give you your cap and gown. We're going to give you your diploma. So let's take a look at divine masculines and where they're at in their energy toward their divine feminines. I love that World card for you guys. Divine feminines. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta shuffle again. Nothing was really popping out of the deck. So DMs to DF, what is your energy? What is your energy as it moves toward divine feminines, please, divine masculines? We've got the Queen of Pentacles, which actually I really enjoy for divine masculines. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. If you had been following my readings, I paused on twin flame readings for about a year. But prior to that, I had been doing divine feminine, divine masculine collective readings for about 5 years, 4 years, 5 years. I did it since 2019 to 2024. So yes, that's 5 years. But the major problem with a lot of divine masculines were financial in nature or career in nature, that they were having trouble getting their finances in order, getting their ducks in a row, getting on the proper career path. And the Queen of Pentacles is a really positive energy for finances. It's a very positive energy that says, hey, I'm getting my finances in order, or I've got my finances in order. I finally have that job that I've wanted for a long time. I finally have myself out of debt, for example. And I know the last 5 years, 6 years maybe, but I would say more in particular, kind of that time period between 2019 and 2024 or 2023 even, because of the global pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs. They had to have a second job or a side hustle, and they sometimes accumulated a lot of debt because of it. Many people were going through divorces at the time. So that can wreak havoc on your finances as well. So I feel like they are coming into their own as far as their financial states are concerned, and it looks good. It looks really, really good. So divine feminine is really graduating from all the work, and divine masculine is getting, queen is almost to the king, and king of pentacles is like the most financially responsible guy in the tarot deck. So I feel like when the DMs are at Queen of Pentacles energy, it's like, okay, they're there. They're really there. Their credit scores are improved or whatever that they have been trying to work at. So let's see what the couple's energy is saying here for DM and DF as a twin flame couple, for soulmates as a couple. What is going on here? What do we see? We see the 5 of Cups. So there's still that energy of emotions from the past for the couple, right? For the couple. Emotions from the past that are still surfacing. And these are deep emotions. The 5 of Cups is about deep, deep, deep emotions. And like she's looking into a hole, right? And it's like, yeah, that hole goes pretty deep. And I feel like the focus is too much on the past and past emotions and what happened. What happened between the couple? What happened between you if you're in separation? What happened if you are in on again, off again? What happened if there was a third party involved? What happened? You could fill in the blanks. But I feel like there's too much focus on the past. And now we're in a new phase. We're in a new emotional standpoint because both DM and DFs, both divine masculine and feminines, are being so successful in their own right that there's almost no need when you think about your divine counterpart, whether it's a soulmate or twin flame, but when you're thinking about them and thinking about the past, yeah, there was a lot of hurt from the past and wounding and maybe ghosting and blocking and all that jazz. And it's fruitless really to focus on the past. I think we actually got this card. I want to say we must have got this card for last week's reading, if I'm not mistaken. But I feel like we've gotten that. So let's keep going. I feel like we need one more card for the couple. What do we need here? Angels and guides, twin flame angels. King of Swords. Yeah, this is mind over matter. Mind over emotions. Mind over emotions. The King of Swords is not an emotional guy. He's very well developed in himself and his intellect, and he has mastered his emotions. Now, sometimes it can go a little too far where the King of Swords can be non-emotional, but I do feel like when it comes to coming back together, when it comes to communicating with each other, twin flames, that it is better to be in the King of Swords energy than to be in the Five of Cups energy. It's a much better choice, if you had to choose, to be in the King of Swords energy. The King of Swords works according to logic and reason. And he's not going to cry over spilt milk, just like the Five of Cups would be crying over spilt milk. He's going to logically think things through and maybe think, okay, if what happened in the past was really painful or it wasn't ideal in any sense, now that's over. That's in the past. It's another time, another place, another dimension. And now we just need to focus on what's in the here and now. And I do feel like there's this sense of courage and strength with the eagle and the birds and the owl and the sword, that it's like we need to look at logic and reason. The other thing that I'm sensing is that he's in the mountains, right? He is in the mountains. And when you are in the mountains and you are at the mountaintop, you have a grander view of the world. It's like a bigger picture world view. And when you're standing at the top of the mountain, you have a bigger picture of the world. You're not so focused on that one little thing that really hurts you, looking into the deep, dark hole of like your wounding. He's really kind of like, I'm flying high with the birds. I'm flying high with the eagles, and I can see more if I'm looking at things through logic and reason and through my intellect and through observing, like the observation, the power of observation. And it's a much better state for the twin flame couple to be in if they're looking at things from the grander perspective of things rather than looking at the things that went wrong in your past. Let's look at the messages of love, which is a romance deck. What are twin flames learning? How are they growing in this new phase, this new chapter in the twin flame collective for the soulmates that have come together and maybe they've had trials and tribulations? What is the new chapter looking like? Leap of faith. Yeah, it's safe to make the move that you are considering. The leap of faith. This is like the Fool card in tarot, and where you might be hesitant to move forward in your connection with this person. Now, again, it could be either one of you, or it could be both of you. But I feel like the leap of faith is just like having trust and faith that if you decide to move forward with this person, whether it's through texting, calling, meeting in person, getting a coffee, letting bygones be bygones, like it's fine. You're safe, you're good, you're protected. So let's see what else. You got a reshuffle, nothing's coming out right now. So twin flames and soulmates and guardian angels. What do we have? Oh, okay. So we might have to do this another way because nothing is super popping out. I wait for the energy of the cards to come out and nothing is really, here we go. Let's try one more time. I think this one wants to come out. Integrity. Does this situation align with your morals and values? So here's what I'm saying is that you're in a better place, Divine Feminine. You are in a better place, Divine Masculine. A much, much, much better place than you have been. Much better. Because if the World card is about graduating and then starting a new cycle, but it's already saying you've come so far, you've finished all the coursework, and then the Queen of Pentacles is like, you're almost to the King of Pentacles. It's like you've advanced so far. You've gone so far. And I feel like if you go back to like the quabbling and the blaming and in the past you did this, you blocked me, you ghosted me, you unfriended me from social media, you were with that person that you said you would leave and you never left them. It took you 5 years to leave them. If you go back to that, like, does that align with your values? Does that align with your morals? Does that align with your integrity? To go back to the Five of Cups energy and like talk about the past? That's something you need to assess, right? That's something you do need to assess. Is that who you are as a person now? Whether you're Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine, like, is that who you truly are as a person now? Does that align with your morals and values? Or is it, I need to forgive and I need to forget, in the sense that I was a different person then, you were a different person then. We don't need to rehash the old details. It does not matter anymore. We're in totally different places now. Let's see. Then we have finances. There's that finance card. Here it is. It says financial challenges are affecting this connection. So honestly, I don't feel like it's now. I feel like that has been a major player. For DMs, they're figuring it out for sure. I mean, we used to see financial cards for DMs all the time in the past collective readings. And, you know, some of that could just be the way the world is now as opposed to like 40 years ago, as an example. But it could also be, like I said, pandemic related, where a lot of people had to change jobs, change careers. But I feel like for divine masculines, it has been more about finding a career or a job that more aligns with what they want, like what they want to do. And so that has been a little bit of a financial vacuum for them. And that's, I mean, they're doing well now. Like, they're definitely doing better now, but it had created a financial vacuum because in the in-between stages of, I'm so sick of this corporate 9 to 5 and it's not getting me anywhere and I'm not able to buy a house. Like, I just had a friend who said, like, I'm leaving the state. I'm moving to a different state. I got offered the same job, same salary with the same company, just living in a different state. And it's going to cut my expenses in half. So I feel like a lot of the divine masculines in this collective were just sick of like the corporate ladder, the 9 to 5, the butt kissing. And they were really trying to find jobs that were more aligned with their passion and purpose. But it created that financial vacuum where maybe they weren't making enough money. Or maybe, again, they were going through that divorce, having to pay alimony and child support and lawyers and things like that. But yeah, I feel like that had been a big factor in all of this. Now, for divine feminines, I feel like a lot of divine feminines are also finding their passion and purpose. And maybe it is getting that diploma. Maybe you did graduate with your bachelor's degree. Maybe you did graduate with your master's. Maybe you graduated from law school, medical school. And there's a lot of student debt, right? There's a lot of student debt. And now you're like, oh man, I have to pay off all this student debt. But I don't have that other job yet. Like, I graduated, I found my new vocation, I found my new career path, but I don't have the first job yet. Or maybe you do have the first job, but you're just still paying off the bills from school. So there's a lot to do with that, but I don't feel like that is the problem. That's not the problem with the Twin Flame Collective now. I feel like we will be blessed. If you're on this spiritual journey and you are transcending, like transcendent astrology and tarot, if you are transcending what is going on in the current collective outside of this people that are spiritually awakened, you will be blessed for finding your life path and purpose and not following the crowd. You will be blessed. Spirit will bring you unexpected blessings if you continue to follow your passion and purpose. So you don't really have to worry about the finances. Like, that is not going to be a problem. I feel like the bigger problem is operating in your higher spiritual awareness of love, forgiveness, compassion, empathy, and getting out of those old patterns of the 5 of Cups. Like, that's an old pattern that does need to be released. All right, this is my Twin Flame deck. Let's see what comes out here for DMDF in this collective. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculines in this collective. We have serendipity, chance meeting, running into each other, fate, guided by spirit. This is protected. Yeah, some of you could be running into your divine counterpart, like literally running into them at the Starbucks, running into them at the dry cleaners, running into them at the movie theater, running into them, running into them, running into them. It's kind of like spirit is just going to create the conditions so that you have an opportunity to see one another. It could be about signs and patterns too. So just notice the signs, obviously. Obstacles, karma, soul contract, things need to learn, divine timing. So again, I just feel like the obstacles are being cleared away. I don't see them as not being cleared away. With this week's reading, I do not see them as not being cleared away. Honestly, they are being cleared. One of the messages that's coming through the obstacle cards is not to keep your head in the sand, right? Don't keep your head in the sand. Not only look before you leap, but look at the road ahead of you. So what could this mean? It could mean that if you get communication from your DM, if you do, like, or your DF, whatever, if you get communication from either part, either you or them, it could, again, and I think I said this in last week's reading, is that it could just be a beginning, right? It's a beginning, it's a fresh start, it's something new. And there might be some obstacles still needing clearing for either party or both. And I would say, look at the few steps ahead. Don't look to the long term and don't go backwards. But if there's something immediately in the road ahead, then just deal with it. Deal with it, or have a little more patience. So if your DM reaches out to you as an example and says, hey, like, it's been such a long time, what are you up to these days? And then you respond and they respond, and then that's pretty much all that happens. Just leave it. Like, they'll reach out again if you don't pursue it. Just leave it. Like, don't get all bent out of shape. Just leave it. It's okay. That means they're still clearing out some of those obstacles. It's okay. They just want to do a quick check-in. It's all good. Yeah. So, and I wouldn't get too overzealous either. If you've been on the side of being ghosted, for example, just don't get overzealous. Just chillax and let them reach out to you. And then we got cat and mouse. Yeah, you do not want to start the cat and mouse game again. You just don't want to start that runner chaser again. If you've been good in your energy, if you've been staying on your path without getting too much onto their path as far as what they're needing to do to clear out the karma and all that. So if you're on your path and you're all good, and they come in and they kind of mess up your path because they're throwing you for a loop because it's been a while since you've talked and now you're talking, but then they are not really being super proactive, just go back into your space. Go back in your space. Go do what you were doing before and just stay in your space and just allow them to slowly come to you again and again and again, even if it takes another week, another 2 weeks, another month. It looks like they're just still clearing out the last bit of obstacles, and maybe you are too. Like, maybe you are also clearing out the last bit of obstacles. I know a lot of people that were in separation from a current relationship, meaning they're either separated, getting a divorce, or maybe they're moving out, or their partner's moving out, and it's not quite done yet, right? There's still some loose ends that need to be tied up. Let those loose ends be tied up. Same thing with your person, your specific person, your soulmate, your twin flame. So let's get some DM messages to DF. We'll get 3 here. And then if you join my website, there is a special course called DM to DF Readings. It's free, completely free. You do have to put in your name and your email address, but it's free for those that sign up for my email list. And that's basically just me telling you about the new courses. And then you get the DM to DF readings. And they're going to be extended readings here. So here you are, DM to DF. What do we have here? I just feel so intimidated by our connection. I feel so intimidated by this connection. Yeah, you know, and that's because the timing, it's been a while since they've been in super duper contact for many of them. And even if you've been in an on again, off again, they're just telling you that this intimidates me. That's why I'm going on again, off again. DM to DF. And I think if you're the divine feminine in this couple, because sometimes it's like you're the divine masculine watching this, but I would say if you're more of the chaser in the couple, that if you just chillax and stay on your side of things and just do your own thing, that they'll be less and less intimidated as time moves forward. I feel envious of everyone who is close to you. I want to be by your side too. So yeah, like on the one hand, they're like, I feel intimidated. But on the other hand, they're saying, I want to be so close to you. So again, it's still that push-pull. There's a reason why this cat and mouse card came out. It's because that energy is still around. And what you want to do if you are watching this video, what you want to do is just disarm that cat mouse energy. Just disarm it and do it energetically too. Don't just do it in the physical, because if physically you're like, well, I'm not contacting them. I'm not like pursuing them. And I'm not watching their social media and I'm not texting them. That's fine. But energetically, are you wondering, wishing, hoping, praying, saying a million affirmations every single day? And I would say doing affirmations are good, but like you do a little bit of affirmations and then you let it go for the rest of the day, right? You just do it once and then you let it go. So here we are. DM to DF. And you can also download my Twin Flames affirmations on my website too. What do you think of me right now? What do you think of me right now? Honestly, if they feel intimidated by the connection and they want to be close to you, they really feel like either the total separation or the on again, off again really ruined what you guys had. And that's what they're feeling right now is, uh-oh, was I too late? Did I ruin what we had? And the answer is no, obviously, that in this soul connection, when you have soul contracts, there's really nothing either party can do to 100% totally ruin the connection. That just does not happen. So I put out a video, 5 years ago, I think, why you can't ruin your twin flame connection. And I'll put that here. It's on my other channel at Michelle Fondin Author. But I found out you can put videos from other channels up above in the cards. So the answer is no, that they did not ruin it. And no, you did not ruin it 100% completely. But, you may have made different choices. So if you made a different choice and you are now in a relationship with somebody else and you are very happy, they might have to be contented to come in and be your friend and not be your lover, for example. But I feel like the energies are evolving to a very, very good place. Just keep in check your emotions this week, especially with the 5 of Cups energy for both DMs and DFs together. The 5 of Cups energy, especially as it pertains to one another, right? This is the energy as it pertains to each other mutually. And so if you can stay out of that energy, the 5 of Cups, and then that helps you also to stay out of the cat and mouse game, the runner chaser game. Because usually if energetically we're upset about things that happened with our twin flame, our soulmate, if we're upset about it, then we're still kind of in that chaser energy, right? It's like we're upset, we're angry, we're distressed. And that still leads us in this wanting energy. And so I would just say, rectify that, right? Rectify those emotions from the past. And in fact, in a few weeks, oh my God, I just got angel bumps. And so they're telling me, yes, do this. In a few weeks, I'm going to be doing a free webinar and it's going to help you. It's going to be 40 minutes long, and it's going to help you move your vibration about your twin flame. And what I mean by moving your vibration is you're going to move the vibration upward and from this 5 of Cups energy, for example, and help you move out of that. Because again, it's not what you say, it's not what you do, It's how you're vibrating that they feel. They can feel total pressure from you without you saying a single darn word. So I hope this was helpful, Twin Flame. Make sure to join me for the extended DM to DF reading on my website. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this with other Twin Flames soulmates or those who are looking for their spiritual buddy, their spiritual connection. Thank you for your support of my YouTube channel. You can purchase one of my 12 published books. You can join my Twin Flame bootcamps or book a reading. And I will see you in the next video.